Lot more. Let's bring in adjunct professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Good morning, Dan. Great to have you.
Good morning, Krisha.
So what do you think is driving the success of Amazon, Walmart, and Shein this season? And then why are companies like Target and Best Buy struggling to keep pace?
Well, I think it has to do with the platform that they operate off of, because when you look at Amazon and Walmart, they are very, very strong online presence. And that is where the trend of the industry is going. Best Buy, Target, they are still focused in on the model of the big box, and that is not where people are actually buying. Going there to browse, yes, not actually making the purchases. Now, one more thing on top of that, if you look at what Walmart did through this Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they had 4 times as many sales deals as they had in the past. So gigantic push by them this holiday season.
Well, certainly those are record-breaking numbers. But here, TikTok users in the United States might only have a few weeks left to scroll through their For You page after a U.S. appeals court recently upheld a law forcing TikTok to separate from its Chinese parent company ByteDance or face a ban starting January 19th, 2025. This ruling is a big blow to the app, which has over 170 million American users. I mean, do you think this is good or bad news for Americans, Dan? And what's next for TikTok?
Yeah, this is a really tough one. You know, if it's truly an issue of national security, do we have a choice here? I don't really think so. It's not great news for all the people that love this app because it is super popular. So the question becomes, will TikTok be able to be sold to a U.S. interest and be able to save the app? We'll have to see what happens. Look, it's only about a month or so away, and we're going to see how this plays out.
Right. And I agree, it's a difficult issue to figure out because President Trump has said he is not necessarily in favor of a TikTok ban, yet the fact that it is Chinese owned, it creates a lot of national security risks and major issues. Also, many are saying it could potentially go to the Supreme Court. I mean, do you think that will result? Possibly, right?
Yeah, I think it may very well end up there because this is such a divided issue, again, because of national security. So like so many other things, Krisha, it looks like it ends up falling on the lap of the Supreme Court to give us a decision about what we can do and what we can't do.
Right. Well, now this, over to Chipotle, the Mexican grill, will be raising prices in the United States as the company grapples with ongoing foodflation. The fast casual chain announced it's increasing prices to cover the rising costs of ingredients. Chipotle also blames the fact that they provide, quote, consistent and generous portions to customers. Dan, it's almost as if we're seeing a war against fast food in America. Americans would rather buy their own ingredients and make food at home. But what do you make of all this?
Well, it really shows the challenge that so many Americans are having, because if you look at not just Chipotle, but all the fast food chains, they're having the same problem in that their costs are rising dramatically, both with product and with labor. So there's only one way to go here, Krisha, and that's to pass it along to the customer. And when you get to the point where that's simply too much, well, then you're going to have people changing their spending habits, and that's what's happening. And that's why these fast food restaurants are really, really struggling to figure out how to handle costs that are just too high.
Well, as are Americans, of course, as well, the end consumers, so they're struggling too. But last but not least, Dollar General, though, is stepping up its game by offering same-day delivery for online orders called DG Delivery. This is a bid to compete with major retailers like those we just spoke about, Walmart and Amazon. You can check if they are offering their same-day delivery service near you by going to Dollar General's website or app. Do you think, Dan, this is more of a move about meeting the growing demand for fast delivery, or is Dollar General just trying to keep up with those competitors?
Well, first, let me clarify something. DG Delivery is not Dan Geltrude, so I will not be making any deliveries for Dollar General, just to be clear. But look, they don't really have much of a choice here because, again, if you look at the trend in the industry, everything is about convenience. People want to be able to pick something out, and then the next thing you know, it's at their doorstep. So in order for Dollar General to be able to compete with the others, they have no choice but to make this transition. So it's not not going to be available everywhere, but I think that they're testing the waters to see if it's going to make a difference, and it may actually end up being all about their survival, Christian.
Well, Dan Geltrude, as always, thank you so much for your insights. Happy Monday.
Thank you.